So there is a company called Bridgewater, and it is, depending on which article you read about it, the 5th most successful investment fund company in the country, or maybe higher, depending on when you read the article. Ray Dalio is the leader of this company, the founder. He's now the chairman, I think, is his title. He's a very smart man. And I thought about simply reading the memo he got from other top people in the company. And the memo basically went like this. Ray, you are very smart. You have great wisdom about the future. But you are, in the way you treat people, demoralizing to the company. You are not treating people in a way that they want to give their best. You are bringing down the performance of the company. And he calls that learning from your mistakes and transparency. And it's one of his principles. And so notice carefully the title of the book. One word, there is a subtitle, but the one-word title is Principles. And this book has a history. He developed his principles. He established them throughout the company. He made every decision and every person follow the principles. They're very, I'm looking for the word. They're very clear. And they have to be followed. And this is book 1 of 2 that he plans, and this is Principles, Life and Work. Why is this book worth our time? These are the words of a highly successful business owner leader, thus they are worth reading. Number 2, maybe this is a book that is more to study than to read. I hope you understand the difference. You don't sit down and casually read this. It's a study book, but it is worth studying. Number 3, it's a realistic book. It deals with real world struggles and realities and triumphs. In other words, it will help you look at your own life and work in ways that offer guidance and help and hope. All right, I'm going to read you just a few of the excerpts from the book. Bottom of the page, number 5. The worst thing you can be is a phony. Because if you're a phony, you will lose people's trust and your own self-respect. So people won't trust you, and you won't trust yourself. Turn to page 3. Number 8. Everybody circle number 8. Put 13 stars beside number 8. This is a big one. One is inevitably going to be painfully wrong a lot. So knowing how to do that well, you're going to do it. So knowing how to do that well is critical to one's success. Maybe one of the great tests is to ask anybody, when have you been wrong? And if they can't come up with a mistake or something they did wrong, then you've got somebody who has not learned from their mistakes. That's a big deal. All right, I've never said this, but I want you to seriously read the table of contents, because these are the principles. Look at part 2 after part 1, where his autobiography. Life principles. Embrace reality. Be radically open-minded. Understand that people are wired very differently. That's worth circling. Understand that people are wired very differently. Learn how to make decisions effectively. And then, to get the culture right, and to get the people right, and to build and evolve your machine. And he says, look at your company as a machine. And he sort of says, look at yourself as a machine. All right, 5 lessons and takeaways. I wonder when and where is this overarching approach, this culture, transferable? He says it takes 18 months to learn to be radically transparent. I think it's almost inconceivable that you could take all these principles and put them in a long existing company. That's my... And number 5, just so you will know what's coming, expect in the future more and more decision making by machine. This is a book that I think you might want to consider buying to study, not to read, but to study. Principles, Life and Work by Ray Dalio. Hope you found this useful. Thank you.